virtual edition. I'm your host, Bruce, in here in this virtual situation, and everybody has these backgrounds, so it looks all, yeah, I love it. And the thing I love about this is we get to connect with our people from the globe. I am your host this evening. You're going to see some amazing poetry. Let me tell you about who's in the room. Tonight we have writers in the building. We got Do More in the building. We got Lyrically inclined in the building. And of course, we got two joke indie poets, Chef and Blackbird. And
I can share the video on social media now.
Shout out to everybody out there in social media world. Hey, listen, jump rings up right now. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you just type it in, right? Or whatever you're doing. Type it in, let everybody know where you're at. Shoot up those heart emojis, shoot up those fire emojis. Just want to make sure that y'all are set and giving these poets all the love and energy in the room. I am going to meet you, the MC Spiel. Welcome to the 29th Annual Southern Poetry Slam Virtual Edition. Southern Five Regional Poetry Slam, the Virtual Edition. Here we go. At Southern Five, we believe Black Lives Matter. We support and believe in the rights of our LGBT, and we believe every person should have the equal access to living their best lives, physically, spiritually, and artistically. We encourage you to be respectful of everyone's identity and remember that every person on this stage has equal value. Every person on this stage has equal value. At Southern Pride, we judge poems, not people. Tonight, you will see 3 or 4 teams of poets and up to 3 independent poets from the Southeast and beyond, competing for a chance to get onto the final stage this Saturday afternoon for the Indies and Saturday night for the teams, right? If you are present in Zoom bout, please make sure to mute your mics and turn your cameras off when you are not performing. Judges, we ask that your cameras remain on during the poem. This bout is attended by poets who are logging in from around the world, so please give their poetry your love and undivided attention. In a poetry slam, there is no music. There are no costumes or props, and each poet will be performing original work. Poems may be up to 3 minutes long, but after a 10-second grace period, the performer loses points for going over time. You may see groups of poets performing team pieces. This is normal and encouraged. And also pretty funky since they're all in virtual world. It's really dope to see. We have pre-selected judges this year, and we've got Jula. I think I said that right. I hope I did. Please forgive me. We've got Kimberly, we've got Christy, we've got Jocelyn, and we got Joe B. We've had a lot of Joe judges this past few days. Well, I've seen a lot of Joe judges. I love it. Judge Joe got me way good. They are not affiliated with the poets performing tonight, but we are excited to find out what they think. These judges are poetry experts tonight, but feel free to use the chat to let the judges know whether you agree with them or not. You might wonder, what are you talking about? Listen, this is poetry. These judges are going to score poems. Judges are going to score poems all the way from a fantastic 10, meaning that is an amazing poem. You should run the world with poems. Poet laureate of the universe, all the way down to a 0, meaning someone should snatch your internet, and you should never be allowed to have anything with a pen or pencil or words again 0. We ask that you use all of the decimal points and everything inside of that, 8.6s, 4.9, 7.3s. We just ask that you remain consistent with how you feel about the poem and not be swayed by the virtual audience because they are going to boo you like this, though. Very stern. Your fingers should be very it's going to be a hard move. All the fantastic days is just someone slapping the keyboard with emojis and fire and all the things that make you feel good. How about giving a good score to these judges? So, judges, be not swayed by what you read in the comments, but do also just be consistent with your score as you can, right? Okay, so you can also use the reaction buttons to show your support for the poem. If you're joining us in the live stream, leave us comments, use your emojis. I just told you that. Feel free to interact with us on social media and share with your friends. Share with you. Judges, don't let the audience sway you tonight. You are the expert. Like I said, you're in charge. You are in charge of the outcome. Love it. If you like the poetry you hear tonight, you'll post their contact information so that you purchase their merchandise. That's right. So buy merchandise is available on our website and tickets to final stage can be purchased through Eventbrite. We'll have somebody on who will tell you a little bit more about that later on. We would love to have you join us as these poets battle for the 2021 championship of Southern Fried Greatness, right? So, I hope you all are activated and ready and excited like I am. But before we go get into the slam, we need to have ourselves a calibration poll. This point is not a part of the competition, but will be judged just the same. Judges, you will use this for score as your baseline reference here later. So, judges, I hope that you are ready. I hope everybody in the Zoom land is ready like I am. So, with that being said, if you all are ready like I am, I need to see the hands going up. I need to see the fingers snap, whatever it is that you do to show emotion, to show that you're ready for this, to show that you're excited. Listen, here we go with our sacrifice, Mr. Dennis Strand. Go, Dan. So, judges.
When a far left liberal views the world through Republicans all look the same. They're raging racist rapeaholic apologists who basically believe some few has all the answers. They don't believe in anything other than basic facts and science and human decency. See, every one of them is at the instant sporting fascist fur hats made from cute little bunnies they killed and skinned themselves, wearing backpacks stuffed with zip ties and a bunch of bullshit. Some of all the women are named Karen, and then pray every day to Jesus Christ and Donald Trump. But when that always great conservative sits on his own rose-tinted glasses, Democrats all look the same too. Angry allies. The axis of evil with no pronouns. They don't believe in anything other than fucking the police while policing free speech and freeing the felons from prison, then refranchising them just so they can elect a bunch of judges who will personally perform abortions. They replace the stripes on our borders of the rainbow and the stars with snowflakes, burn down every Best Buy in the country, and cancel your parents. And if America was an old-timey movie theater, most of our politicians would sit in the thin, while the rest of us would occupy the wide stripe in the middle with the best view of the action, and you can't hear the soundtrack running under the shouting match between left and right, dueling with one-sided debates. They can't even hear their own arguments because their heads have been shoved up their asses so long that shit is now full of them. Political discussion in America is simply disgusting. The debate's been taken over by extremists. News programs populated by pretty people repeating talking points. News stories calculated to get ratings rather than report. And if I wanted to watch someone lip sync meaningless shit to TikTok, real news, I basically listen to every night show monologue. Like, the truth is a pain that we can't take it with a joke to help it go down. Like, the truth is a complicated magic trick. We're also mesmerized by the wizard's hand. Notice the mirrors turning 3D scenes into 2D images. And that's what's wrong with extremists. They only see one flat side of the world in 3 dimensions. Like someone got to hand them their 3D glasses. If you want to watch a movie without getting a splitting headache, your glasses need one red lens and one blue lens. Otherwise, you can see what's really happening.
Give it up for the poet, give it up for the poet. Yes, yes, yes. Love it, love it, love it. Always show love to that poet. So, judges, you're going to be thinking about it, and then what say you? You put your scores into the chat. Type them right into the chat. Read them from low to high, then we'll get our scores. Then it's taking high school. And we'll get rid of those two in the middle. Shout out to our scorekeeper, Paula. Paula, she's going to be holding it down for us. So, judges, what say you? Oh, scores are coming in. Scores are coming in. I see 1, 2, 3, 4. I believe that is on his schoolwork. Got everybody? Yes, we did. All right, from lowest to high. There is an 8. There's another 8. There's an 8.2. There's an 8.3 and an 8.5 from our judges.
Yeah, so what is that? Cool. Love that.
24.5 for the sacrificial goal. That's how we start off with the heat, y'all. Hope you're excited as I am. Yes. Always clap for the poet. Always clap for me. Always matters, not so much. So, with that being said, y'all, we are ready to jump into this. Here's the part where I love you to get into this team situation. I don't know what's going to happen, so I will say team name and the team you will either tell me or type it in the chat of who you're sending up. So, Dumo, who are you sending up?
It gives us a score of 4.5.
24.5 for the sacrificial sacrifice. Dumo, where you at? Where we at? Group Peace from Dumore. Let's go. So, with that being said, y'all, we are ready to go into this. Here's the part where I love you to get into this team situation. I don't know what's going to happen, so I will say team name and the team you will either tell me or type in the chat of who you're sending up. So, who are you sending up?
Heads of the movement multiplied, the high breath of monster hunted by virtue, who brought himself in a robe, brought himself from the heavens, the roll, all the words of God, killing anything who have himself like that, after him 1,000 feet of high road called the Lord, a multi-day dragging history, set to wake up to my skin on his teeth and cause out the keys insulted. When y'all feel afraid, flying up the harbor, going up in blue desert, got us been fire, our throats been scorched, my enemies been hungry, so close right the end they feed us.
Okay, sure.
So we walk through 66 more heads. Sit there in the outside circle like so many long goals, prophesied that we generations stand against the generation. Operations of replication, for lack of reparations. When you burn that line, not that was 40 times seen incarnation. You had your energy, all existence.
Nah, it's smooth on here.
Outlaw. I believe every voice is willing to revive. The time is justified. They're fighting for the right to bear arms. We are the right to bear fists. God sent a blood. With liberty, eternal flame. Our power comes with rage and pain. Sins all things. Self the first heart free. Me, if you don't kill us, you won't see us. We ready to see the sorrow. Cleanse up the holiness. See the anger in our eyes. We brought so many people to the cars. It will make sense to you. It's not a revolution. Say your neighbors. And it's not with us. We don't end with us. We have to respect for what you've done. We are all minded. Yeah, we stay fire. And with the rain. And for the rest of
Yo!
Right, all right, all right. Do more with the group piece. Judges, judges, judges. You're thinking that thing through. You're thinking it through. And then I say, judges, what say you? Alright,
What's
see the
that?
scores come in. I see one, I see two, I see three. There's four and then there's five. Alright. It's too high. There is an 8.6. And I do see an 8. I'm sorry, there was an 8.5. Then an 8.6. Then a 9.5. A 9.6 and a 9.9 for the poet for the groupies who knew more. Alright.
And that gives us a score of 27.7.
For the poet. Give it up for the poet. Always loving this energy, y'all. Here we go. Writers did the school are sending up. Sharing us all. Stop, put your hands together. Give it all the energy for the poem. For sharing purpose all plus writers day. Shay, you got it. Let's go.
That gives us a score of 27.7.
Sorry, I don't look like the great fan you used to. My Western beauties stand here, great way pale, two black women strong, you to imagine plus, held down, control. Sorry, I'm not like them this kind of microphone enough for you. Skin and land of origin, not exotic enough for you. History of slavery, not human trafficking enough for you. Sorry, my continued survival was damaged enough for you. Audacity to still think myself as sexy, too bold for you. Married and raising children, not post you stress over. Sorry, I don't live standards of what it is to be grateful, beautiful, and emotional. But I assure you exist. I know great poems. Red force love, italics, but the blank space containing no edits for heroes, the irregular stanzas, all carrying the same fragments and sentences, void popular punctuation, except for period. At some point, I suppose we all hold our periods. I suppose young unfathomable that maybe bravely your sense is better than you more politically senses ageless ages colors are shallow like you break the sense one in is I know great Tom and Ed rather than Monica Sharada or Sue great poems that don't even identify as men or women great poems for cerebral palsy, confined to wheelchairs, black, yellow, brown, deaf, dumb, you overweight, pimple face, permanently disfigured great poems that weren't even scripted, so they were in their 80s. I had the opportunity to teach a group of young middle school girls once and found 8 out of 9 of them also identified as great poems. And the one glimmer I had, the one that wasn't transformed into violated calligraphy 2 weeks later. So sorry. I don't identify as your raw glorious version of a beautiful, fearful, and you're outspoken goddess. Great poem. Sorry, I'm gonna be your token episode. Sorry, I'm gonna get on a microphone and cry for you. Look at all the gory details, give you great poems. Sorry, you ain't gonna get your heart song on this one. I am so sorry. Sorry, don't come attached to legitimate apologies. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
All right, judges, we're getting all the fire today. Starting for my sacrifice right up now, but judges, oh, they're coming in hot. Oh my goodness, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Judges, you are so good at this. Here we go. Lowest to high, there
That gives us a beautiful score of 29.3.
29.3 poet. Always clap for the poet. Always, always, always. Yes. Here we go. Lyrically inclined. Poor. Singing up. Lyrically inclined to sing up. Ascension the artist. Y'all put your hands together for Ascension the artist representing Lyrically inclined. It's on you. Here we go.
Diane, you don't need a baby at your age. Daryl, you don't need a baby at your age. Christina, you don't need a baby at your age. Please give your bodies a chance to grow up and develop into an adult. See, she endured much abuse as a child while exposing the enemy inside her home. He stood a 6-foot ghost wrapped within tissues and flesh, inflicting psychological torture while her suicidal mother is smoking battery acid in the bathroom. She is wasted. She's too high to envision the demise of her child's cries while her friends began to manifest unprovoked peer pressure, infested poison between their teeth. The truth, they did not speak. They mispronounced their forefathers' misfortunes while masquerading how their lives is much, much better than I dedicate this level to everything they were thinking about having a baby. Don't do it. Please, for God's sake, don't do it. You're just a child. You're just I know battery love is even stronger for you to deliver that baby. But the she's too high to envision the earth. It's the way child gets my wisdom. You let begin to manifest. Please get some manifest the earth for the woman that you will later regret. You deserve better than that. So much life and personality. God, I already saw this. Don't wait. Your glory, your beauty, or foolishness. You don't need foolishness because you are an angel that deserves a healthy baby when you're old enough and grown up enough to deliverance and righteousness. Thank you.
Go in, poet.
All right.
What's the motherfucking tab? That's what I need to know. It just went out. Yeah, it just went out. It started playing out the speakers. It was plugged in. Nice. Ascension. He was way too close to the camera, bro.
Now she is 8.4, an 8.5, another 8.5, and a 9 for the poet. Give it up for the poet. Yes. Judges, you are right.
And that gives us a score of 5.4.
Why?
5.4 for the poet. Hey, put your hands together for all the poets you've seen. That was all right. Round. You gotta get it going. Listen, we're gonna keep this thing moving because I like when things run smooth. And we don't run it so smooth. Shout out to the entire team of the
Thank you. Finally.
Scores of time. You all are amazing and we're getting through this thing. Are you all ready for the round? Two. Here we go. In this order, we're going to see Finders in, then we're going to see Lyrically Inclined, and then we're going to see Du Bois. So with that being said, Writers Den, Who are you sending out? Oh, I see the name already. Put your hands together for Megan Rickman Blackwood.
Oh, they can't do it like that.
Dear Barbara, the first time he hits you, it'll be quick. Fast, as those kisses you two used to steal in the supply closet at work when I still wore his last name. Yes, I knew. No, and never mind. It took some of the focus off all of the fights that he had for me. But again, the last time I let him feel my blood, I loved you as much as he did. Grateful for the shot my fist full of fuck you head on against my smile and said that he had always promised me in hindsight. I owe you a thank you for reminding me. I will write it later. The second time he hit you, it was hard. Steely as the eyes of some seasoned first responder, he will wrap you tight in a blanket of excuses. He didn't mean it. He promises this time, never know how he gets me too tired when you push his buttons. Why'd you have to go and push all his buttons? Babe, I'm sorry. It's my fault. I'm a monster. My mother, my father, my world made me this way. I just love you too much. I am trumpeted, unstable, like I'm shaped like missiles, like cannons, like my fingers are strong and my body is a country I cannot help but invade. I have laid claim to you. You are mine. Please, I will kill myself. You crack the bathroom door to speak the fleeting knife from his hand. Understand this is the only opening he needs. Now he knows you will take it. Now he knows you will stay. The third time he hits you, you call his sister, you tell her everything. Hang up when she makes you leave. The ache will taste like wedding cake, like vows, like forever, like giving me promise to love him forever, like isn't he all yours forever, like isn't this monster all yours forever, like a leash or a ring means anything to husband. It's harder than time. It's when he was bothered, apologize when you call back, turn around, tell her it isn't as bad as it sounds. The last time he hits you, he won't even have to. The bliss will be all that you know, dear Barbara. You seem like nice and afraid. Shame that my story will only ever know you as sacrifice, but your cheekbones look stronger than my children, so those will have to be the things that he breaks instead. I am so afraid you will be safely in this cold, hard, no hard feelings, you know. I could have stayed if I wanted, but the cost of living was too high.
All right. That was Megan Rickman. Right. Judges. What you talking about? Judges say you off. There's one score. There is second. There is third. There is fourth. Wait, the fifth score. Wait, there it is. Fifth score. Here we go from lower side. Excuse me. I knocked my whole computer, almost knocked it over. Let's say something stupid. I miss being on stage and making weird jokes. So here we go. From lower side, there is a 9. Then we have another 9. Then we have a 9.2, a 9.3, and a 9.5 for the poet.
Ain't like it.
No, you just don't hear all this. You know your whole story. All right, what we got?
We get a score of 27.5.
27.5 for the poet. Love it. Keep this energy going. Give it up for the poet. And of course, who we got coming up? Oh, Lyrically inclined. Who are you sending? Sydney. We love it. Come on, put your hands together for Sydney.
He had an emphasis on her.
Hello? You can hear me?
Yeah.
In 1492, Columbus sailed the ocean blue. An ocean so alive and free, they said you could walk across on the backs of seals. He landed on an island he named Salvador and saved him. Half the Taino population didn't survive the day. 23andMe says all my ancestors hail from the water's edge. Maybe that's why the gatekeepers of the land won't touch me. I belong to the sea. These explorers and pirates may brave rumors of tempests and kraken, but they know not to swim through the feathers. My genome is an active crime. I have seen schools of sharks abandon 300 million years of instinct to follow the middle path. Their blue-gray scales etched into my eyes. Through the waves, I glimpsed conquerors, awestruck at an expanse of blue, refusing to turn purple. There are no defendants in international law. Not even sunshine or darkness. My skin pales in the dark, but my hair remembers. It coils into DNA at the slightest touch of the sea. But to be fair, none of that rhymes with enforcement.
All right. Give it up for Sydney.
Not Sydney.
Shout out to Dr. Hinsbone.
They need to put the enunciation in there.
Wow.
Judges, what say you? Up their scores are rolling in? Okay, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. From low to high, I do see a 7. Then there's an 8 point, I believe that's an 8.4. Yep. Then an 8.5, another 8.5, and an 8.5 for the police. And what's that score?
Just a second, I'm waiting on the time.
Uh-oh. Are we good on time? There's a question of time. How do we do it?
So la persona just want to know the exact time.
The host being over dramatic.
Score and time?
That man over dramatic for likes. Hey, see, that was the right. Yeah, that was the exact right spot to be. Seeing it over here, like Alex, whoever said they were standing, that's where you need to be standing.
The time is good. Just
Like, so exactly.
So the score is 25.4.
25.4. Father Poet, always got the poet, yes. And who are we sending up next? Oh, Dumore. Who we got? Dumore, we sending up. Dumore sending up. Alicia Green, aka Obsidian. Let's go. Sorry about that. All right, Obsidian, let's get it.
So he didn't say it like that. It's a different person.
Take your time.
Can you hear me? My grandfather is 61. My grandfather is a tall man, a man of great height. I'm afraid of heights, afraid of falling from them like an apple
falling from a family tree, and somehow my sister became a reflection of being forced to bite into forbidden fruit. It's blamed for generations then. We all know how the story goes. A snake slithers his way into a garden, looks around, winds up a tree. Translation: my grandmother is hypnotized. She's embedded in his skills. He got her taken up in a jungle of lies until the top of that translation. King James Version becomes a part of our family.
See, she way too close to the camera too. Can't even see her. Barely see her nose.
My grandfather's name is James.
People gotta watch where they stand in reference to those cameras. That's what Ascension look like.
It don't look like that on me.
That's what Ascension look like.
But it didn't look like that on me. Why are we doing that?
Because of where you're standing in reference to the camera. You gotta be back so that way you're referenced within. Huh?
Because on our camera, what everybody sees, we don't see it.
I don't know what to tell you. Because I'm looking at it from YouTube. And that's what it's showing.
Not like on his phone. He got it on YouTube too. And his own game, he survived cancer. The 3 heart attacks, that monster is still alive. So big at the same fight, the red child is alive. What you say? A serpent, every time you try to kill him, another head goes back and touches another child, my grandfather. It's like peace. His soul is so good, it speaks to ritualize. Then last year, on my birthday, the doctors took his walk.
Yeah. And neighbors.
Short. The other day, took me on and asked me how my sister was. I looked at him with so much hate in my eyes until I saw that my grandfather can no longer stand or he can no longer bear the weight of his own sins. He is dying. And I guess his death will have to take one step at a time. And no one around when he falls.
All right, judges. That was I'm seeing from Dumore. Scores are in. I see one score. That's second score. Wait, on the third. There's the third score. There's another score, and there's a fifth score. Coming in low to high, there is a 9.5. Then there's a 9.8. Then there is a 10.
Huh? What you say?
That gives us a score of 29.8.
29.8 Dumore. Always clap for the boy. And that brings us to the end of our second round. A second round of fire. Okay, so now listen. Begins the second round of team competition, which means we get into our first indie of the evening. And after our first indie, we're going to take ourselves a 5-minute break so the judges might be able to bathroom, or you go do whatever you do in your virtual world. No. It's your 5 minutes. You do what you want. So, with that said, I need you to continue this energy. Start clapping right now for your first indie of the evening. Goes by the name of Mr. Ed Mabry. Hello, can you hear me?
God damn.
Black woman is water because she is constantly forced to adjust to her surroundings. See, to know black women is a power, to see black women is a see power. I happen to be ready about black women to know here. Take, for example, my mom, Riley Wood, standing on the porch, that church bell, and that road, she's a burned lost a long time ago. Her ears are tuned to sound of a decade, generation of miles miles away. She can hear the streetlights come on a millisecond before they start to go to a black mother, no sign of her son's boomers. I'm able to hear, not even breathing or heartbeat. No nigga. Actually, my mama can hear the blood as it ran through my veins. I was trying to make it on that front porch in vain before curfew. Her hands be catching wrapped around my church belt, which wrapped around her neck this time, and she checked her watch and out of her head in approval of my trying. Translation of the black and goes in freedom is in your trying. A black woman, people part Serena Williams' backhand and a Bible part her backside. Every black girl world is 5'3" when she's smiling, 6'8" when she is 80, but equally full in both those moments when she is the rookie. But like Mr. Miyagi lessons, university broadcast system, this is just a butt whooping. It is only a regular butt whooping. Had it been a real emergency butt whooping, you'd be dead by now. I would look up to see my mama crying more than me, and she'd tell me, baby, it's better that I whoop a correction in here. You go out to the world, think you ain't one of your hopes and your dreams, but up in the hearse out there, see a black windows, every piece of policeman talk is eager to make a street payment, paparazzi famous, for the outline your existence, to the outline of you is all you ever were. She simply wants to teach you the colors of your life. Put up that space first, I learned how to dance on the extra brigade, the black with his cornbread from scratch and feet off my furniture. A black woman know the meaning of the phrase hard work. All she knows is work. His job, 2 jobs, get up on a good foot, car, on the bus, walk if I got to, on mic, research and cash under the table, do whatever I gotta do to keep food on this damn table. Everybody wants to feed these days. Everybody wants to judge these days. The last time I checked, nobody want to help her these days. The black woman knows better than the actor work with help. She can smell it though a mile away. Like sometimes on Sunday, but she's never come up to her like that you're policy. Because in America, most of all, a black woman's training those that. So she whispers to the ears of her children to cross the wrong street at the right time for the wrong officer. She knows her mortality, and that's what makes a black woman a wolf. She hides her leaves for her own babies. So that means she ever fly with after those not hesitate to throw some horns, play the devil. It means keeping her children alive for one more day. She sees the evil of men in her block, in her bedroom. Every black single mother lives with post-traumatic stress disorder. Doesn't raise up children, but just like the man said, they kick out and then watches their words. The children out of his mouth. She is Queen Sniper, Negress Ninja, the swallow of the ugly truth and the holder of all your unbroken promises. She's a righteous reflection. She's the reason why Wonderful football players say, "Hi, Mom," at Super Bowl cameras. She will roll your eyes if you want to and step on the crack and break your mama's back. I dare you, she says. What makes you think my back ain't already broken? She says. I am more than just your mother, she says. I am a road trying to teach you how to bloom, teach you how to grow, and teach you, my child, how to rise. All right. That was our first indie poet, our first score poet, if you will. And maybe, the scores are in fast. All right, there's another score, and good. All right, judges, you are. I was looking off. Let me just tell you that, because you're fast, wicked. I love it. All right, so from lowest to high, there is a 9. Then I see a 9.5, another 9.5, a 9.6, and a 9.8 for the poet. Give it up for the poet, always. Yes. Listen, this is what we call here the virtual intermission. You all have about 5 minutes to go and take a drink, a 5-minute sandwich. I don't know if you got to go outside and handle some beat. You got time to go do that. Whatever it is you do in your 5 minutes where you live, that's what I want you to go do. But I want you to be back here so we can get the rest of this poetry thing started. We got 2 more rounds, 1 more evening to go. I'm going to stop talking and cut into our 5 minutes. 5 minutes, here we go.
Luz, at memory score was at 28.6.
Thank you for keeping me honest. Appreciate that. All right, and now your 5 minutes starts.
They say video games make you violent. Hundreds of years ago, we said people are alive.
RCP Bro are starting to return, and they are coming back. They're coming back. Whew. I had a little venue change. Still look weird in the background. I don't know. The virtual backgrounds make things look very, very funky, if you will. But y'all's backgrounds look amazing, judges. You guys are square the sharp spots. Shout out to everybody who has that special background that you've been rocking into this whole Zoom pandemic era, and you fancied it up, and now you're a Zoom background expert. Me, not so much. I got all kind of weird stuff going on, but we're gonna make this thing happen. Shout out to everybody tuning in from all over the planet for this amazing, amazing 29th annual Southern Fried Regional Poetry Slam right here in the virtual space. Listen, I think we have just about everybody back. Let me make sure, as I'm checking the chat, Kimberly is back, Joe B is back. All right, chat is back, type is back, score is back. Love it, love it, love it, love it. I'm missing anybody. You got everybody, yeah. Drew is back, and Jocelyn is back. All right, that's all. I think that's all the judges. No judges. 1, 2, yep, 3, 4, and yeah, got Jocelyn, Drew, and okay. Time Masters, it's Time Masters here. You guys good? I can't see everybody. Turn them on. Different view here.
I'm good when I have it.
Looks like everybody's here. Thursday Klein is here. Christy is back. All my judges back. So that's Thursday Klein is here. Writers in. Do more. Are you all ready to do this thing? Let's see. Roscoe. Yep. Thursday Klein is here. Do more. Are we ready to go? Slangston. Team ready to go. They might be waiting on Slangston and a few more crew. There they go. All right, everybody is back. Everybody is back. Everybody's back. Is everybody doing all right? Everybody give a big thumbs up so I know that you're okay. Yes. Very good. I hope that your break was prosperous. I hope that you accomplished something. Whatever it was that you wanted to do, you got that thing done in 5 minutes because you are efficient as hell. Listen, speaking of efficiency, we are back at it. We're ready to get into our third round. That's what I'm saying. And you'll see the order like this. You'll see Lyrically Inclined, then you will see Do More, and then you will see Writer's Den. With that being said, Lyrically Inclined, you are starting off the third round. Who are you sending up? Anthony B. Daniels. Y'all make some noise for Anthony B. Daniels as he makes his way to the stage.
Hello? Good. What if there was no tomorrow? Just a variation of days gone by. What if you're not really here? What if you have already died and everything that is perceived to have happened? Another set of circumstances have taken place at one time. What if everything's around you is the heaven or hell you're to look forward to? It's just a matter of which variation you're to jump into next. What if you're someone else's heaven or hell to see next? Are you their angel or their demon? What if everything around you has already happened and you're the last one to know? That skeleton in your closet is really your body hanging by the flesh while the world waits for you to catch up in this purgatory we call life? What if life is really death? This whole journey is a 9-month journey of someone else's pregnancy. So at birth we can see tomorrow for what it really is. What if we looked alike with most people? Because once we were kin related, we were one people. Then we got separated as people. Now we're mixing in debt and learned evil. Tribes torn apart, no longer used to pretending looking for a finish line, but it's right here. Whoop! It's just the beginning. All these faces and patterns tell emotional stories of failure and triumph, of sorrow and glory. This is my story, this is my song. Meditate with a swisher and the motherless long. Random theories in the clouds is where I belong. Dancing with heebie-jeebies like I'm Louis Armstrong. I'm sorry if this is not what you're expecting. But this is what happens when I start confession. And I'm Catholic a little and start confession. This doesn't feel the first time for me too. But it's it, a blessing. Thank you.
All right. Starting off this third round. Judges, let's go.
I'm a classically trained singer, bro. What you talking about?
Thank you. All right, all scores are in, and judges from low to high. This is a 7. Then I see an 8. I see another 8. I see an 8.5 and an 8.5 for the poet. Give it up for the poet. Yes. That gives us a score of
24.5.
24.5 for the poet. Yes. You are who are you sending you are?
Yes. Wait, that 1, 2, 3, 4.
Another group piece from Dubois. Let's go.
I came out to the keyboard, found queer in the first 4 letters. It was the only alphabet that taught me to take back space in my home, hid my sins, and only use the computer as a confession box. Finally found the almighty Tumblr, and oh my God, the titties that travel my tongue, my PC, and the middle is so much pussy. I said, fuck celibacy. Being gay is a celebration. Just because pride is infectious, don't make it a virus. Use the internet to connect us ironically. We hide behind the binary. Thanks to modern technology, don't need nobody. Now I know science here. The small molecule of life is no longer atom, but a bite of each forbidden fruit. It is blasphemous to divide as an apple. We were both only one kind, the only ones of our kind in this holy place. But not do that. DNA is just divine coding, and these codes have become another heaven. Sometimes even the same page of passwords aren't enough. The shade room got so bad, fake zeros. See how many labels they can squeeze onto one rapper will right existing in the comments. So imagine how easy it must be to eclipse us in real life. I know too many people hate when June comes around. Hate when men get dresses and riches out to celebrate. Like, why can't they do that shit at home? Dress up is a closet activity. Kissing girls is a closet activity. Only coming out for me. Still express concealing gayness like it's a conversation to be had. And when I don't have it, they say I'm putting up a firewall. Stonewalking all over again. Used to hide in sidebars, still ended up behind bars. June 28, 1996, the streets became a battleground. And when police saw refuge in all home, we said, it's on fire. The first 5 years was a riot. Other things, queer folk got too many rights. Still being marching, and I don't know how to tell her. The summer was the storm, and the sunshine, and the rainbow.
He said 7?
I'm tired of watching post floats in the sky. Brown queers turn angel, turn energy, rainbow, and films are transparent. So every rainbow looks like it's invisible. How they transform that birth disappear.
We got some tough judges tonight, man.
name because it's a symbol. My father hates his flag almost as much as he hates Christians. Ever knew I love girls. Hanging from that rainbow, the colored frame from my face. Then try to tell me how love should work, defining love through technicalities. So if you define love through tech casually, but security at home failed me. I found love beyond the home screen. Little me would be so proud to hear sleepovers are no longer a secret. No longer need a password with a password about my existence. So when someone asks, how do I view lesbians? I say, NHD. And I no longer put it around history.
Definition.
How do you look into
All right. Judges, you're thinking it over. Hey, listen, make sure you stay tuned to join the 9 p.m. Bout and 11 p.m. Nerd Slam, MC by Mr. L.J. Bowen. Y'all know LJ. $15 for a ticket to finals. Make sure you get your ticket to finals. But $20 get you a membership to Spotify. You can see all that shit for free all year round. We'll talk more about it later. Judges, what you got on there? Fast forward here, talking. Don't get it right. There's one score. There's a second. And I see third. One and all right. It's too high. I see a 9.5, a 9.6. And then, of course, we got what? We got our 10.
who's this?
Do more.
And that gives us a score of 29.6.
29.6 for Do More. Love it. All right, writers, then, who you sending up? I see the name. Y'all put your hands together. Start making some noise right now for Mr. Roscoe Adams.
Where am I now?
You got a few more points before you.
Like 3?
Yeah, after him. 3.
Mother has a heart full of balance. After morning, needs are drained, needs are out of breath. She stays plugged into her bed for most of the afternoon, recharging most days. It's all evening. She uses these moments to read scripture and talk to Jesus. My mother owes her life to her faith, but often asks me to take her to church on Sundays. She remembers all the times she's died. The resurrection has been a defibrillator, laying hands on her. She thanks God for all the transformations, never the doctors. I recently read about how often religious texts get stopped, how holy books undergo transformations. I read a lot about scripture. Found over 14,800 differences between the original Bible and its most modern version. There is no mention of Christ's return in its earliest rendition. The similarities between Christianity and Egyptology are uncanny, and most religious holidays are pagan and have nothing to do with Christ at all. Now, after all this, I became agnostic, not atheist. I didn't choose to believe in nothing. Not that there's anything wrong with that. I just chose to stop the pigeonhole that is religion. But a huge word like God is too big to put in a chapter book, and I use terms like the universe now. I don't pray as much as I meditate. I figured if Jesus, Muhammad, and Moses didn't need a Bible, Quran, or Torah, then maybe I should follow suit. And after all this, I thought I had to explain all this to my mother, true about King James, religious fear-mongering, or to the statement that since then, she has stopped asking me to take her to Sunday service. It says that she's praying for me, never specifies what she's hoping is going to happen. She thinks I'm atheist. She's never heard the word agnostic. I was starting to think there were 14,800 differences between my mother and me. When the surgeon said there was no mention of her return, I responded like scripture, "Oh, ye of little faith, realize the similarities between her and I are uncanny." The little bit of gospel I have inside is pagan. It has nothing to do with God at all. It was after watching cardiac arrest leave her chest split like a Red Sea, after cancer has been nailed in our family's palm, and every man in her life, one Judas after another. These things made me doubt the Lord. Overcoming them made her believe in God more. Maybe she's blind. Maybe I'm blind. Maybe it's about being blind and trusting everything you feel. She calls it God. I call it the universe. She found it in a book, but I found it in her. Look, I've learned too much much about the Bible to always believe in it, but she's gone too much in life not to. Her mother passes down the same Bible she swears that's her alive. I'm gonna read that shit all the way through one day when they add a chapter about my mother. I am agnostic, not atheist. There are times I've seen too much believe in God. I have watched my mother be God too much, not to believe in something.
All right, judges. Shout out to all of our virtual world people out there. Shout out to everybody out there on the YouTubes. That's right, I'm going to put an S on everything. The YouTubes, the Twitters, the Instagrams, the TikToks, all of that. Listen, if you're out there, make sure you're putting up those fire emojis, all of those heart emojis showing all these poets love. Listen, that's why I call me Grandpa. You're right. Shut up, you siren. Okay, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 scores. Yes, I do. All right, from the lowest to high, there is an 8.6. Then there is a 9. Then there's a 9.3, a 9.3, and a 9.5 for the poet. Y'all give it up for the poet. Yes. Get those scores calculated up.
We got a 27.6.
27.6 for the poet. Give it up for the poet. And for that third round. Third round went by fast. Wow. Some amazing poetry. So, of course, getting the third round brings us to our next in the poet for the evening. And I hope he's ready. I hope you all ready. We're going to judge him just as we've been judging the teams. Y'all put your hands together. Start clapping your hands right now. You make all the happy noises for Mr. Justin Blackburn.
Tips for thirsty bros hitting on my fiance. 1. Don't just comment you're beautiful on her Instagram pic and think that's doing shit. It's not. Engage with her content. Tell her what it brings up for you emotion. And then, sorry, she's attracted to the ones who want to get to know what makes her so fine. Like all the times I listen while she cries. She knows I know she's so beautiful because of the light that shines from her brilliant mind. She lives there, not her body. Before your thoughts get all naughty, forget who you pretend she is because of a pic you saw. If you only want beauty, go further the sky or a blow-up doll. 3. Don't slide in her DM with corny-ass lines like, you should want to get to know me better. Next to an emoji trying to be all cute, you're not a third grader. Your cute died years ago. Use a more empowered aspect of yourself, like your fucking truth. That's the heart I wake her up to bright and early. She smiles, eyes closed, no pressure, just love, no hurry. 4. Why would she want to get to know you better? You're just a creepy guy from the internet who likes all her photos. Give her a reason. Tell her you don't need mom anymore to help you blow your nose. Better yet, leap into your own soul. What makes you feel whole? What nuggets of wisdom do you hold? Y'all can skip over the pond together. Like everywhere her and I go, we're being followed by forever. 5. Don't send the shit at 5 on a Sunday morning. It makes you look like you stayed up all night drinking and then got horny, and before you could fall asleep, you needed someone to project your loneliness on. That's weak. She's a goddess. She's the place I go to worship God. 6. It's sick how many men still think women are just bodies, here for them to oogle and google over. I get you love the movies, but no woman wants to date the fucking Joker. In each woman lives the most all-encompassing soul in the whole universe. A soul from that middle school mind of yours thinking about titties into an eternal God that can remove the curse of the toxic masculinity making your life so shitty. Don't want the truth? She turned me into living proof. 7. If you actually read what she had to say and did the inner work, you could be staring into the soul of your lover, crying eye of the dick you just jerked. But you're right, she's beautiful.
So I can't blame you for standing in the waiting line. But there's a reason why. It's because she's fucking divine. Start from there within yourself. Well, knowing motherfucker, for her, I'm ready to fight. All right. Judges, you got some things to think about. Some things to think about. Judges say you. I got one score.
Brandon commented.
Kimberly,
I know, right?
Josie, Jocelyn, Christy. Sure. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's die. There is an 8.5. Then there's an 8.8. There's a 9. Then there's another 9. And a 9.7 for the poet. Get up for the poet. Yes. Fantastic job.
And that gives us a score of 26.8.
26.8 for the poet. Very good. Ladies and gentlemen, human beings, we are going into our final round. I'm as excited as I am. This has been a really great exam. Normally I have all like these instructions that say, hey, judges, make sure that you're keeping consistent. You are. You've been hella consistent and fast with it. So no more instructions for me. You know what you're doing. We are back to our original rotation. Are you ready right now? You ready right now? Just go crazy. Let me hear you, but I do want to see you go crazy. Woo! My judges are doing it. The rest of you know about y'all. I love my judges' energy. Judges, you are the shit. You go everywhere with me from now on. We're going to Vegas, masked up, vaccinated, whatever we got to do. We go for it. Anyway, that being said, 2 more. You are starting off this final round. Who are you saving? Marion. Okay, we got Marion, aka Afrodelic. I'm not sure I said that right. It's all still weird. Afrodelic, y'all, put your hands together. Make all the noises. Put them all in the chat. Fires, crap, that's all that. Afrodelic, it is on you.
Good man of many who commend fine. No. In 2021, and I refuse to keep things bottled up and unbeknownst to you, this body is not the public space it walks through. This body is one of water. And I understand that you are very thirsty. Do you really think your meaningless compliments will make you melt? Because they don't. They make you freeze up like the lake in December. The lights are women, it's not water. Something seen, still, and silent, and seemingly still, something suggested to swim in. I'm surprised. You can't see how dry I am in my eyes. Because that's the third. Small, girl. I've heard this luck. And every one of you scared me more than last. And every one of you thinks we're over response. And you still try to talk to me as you ain't below sea level. Womanhood is bound to the water, to the sails, like how sex trafficking causes dead young girls to wash up on shores whose bodies of water not clean is by the men, raised by the notion that women are drinkable instead of salt water oceans men who will harpoon the life out of them, just to feed his hunger men who will make a woman cry a river just to say he made her wet and know that I don't like to smile and salt. Got a slightly brackish state of mind. I'm thinking of all the women who are mates and of the block, whom a compliment turns just because she ain't replied the right way, and if woman is ordered, and you, sir, are Flint, Michigan. Like, still ain't got none to this day. Niggas ain't shit. They're seaplanes, longing to wound teeny bottom because you be the sweetest one of all. Don't you know we still reign hope? Don't get it twisted. This precipitation ain't no invitation. You couldn't stop me this damn, let alone the damn baby how you fooling. Last time I checked, you ain't never chosen when the time rise or why. And I let you choose when I smile if you wanted me to. Tell a funny joke, my nigga. You are not entitled to my time or energy. This body
Contextual.
gives no satisfaction, not even. Beach.
Alex, you believe what you say? She say niggas ain't shit and women reign over her.
Is that the poem or the drinks we're gonna have after this?
Liz, you're muted. I know.
Of course, I was coming out of that just like with all the fire as well.
It's not just you.
Judges, I see your scores coming through. Thank you so much. All right, 1, 2, there's 3, there's 4, and there's 5. All right, from lowest to high, I do see a 9. Then there's another 9, a 9.2, a 9.5, and a 9.8 for the poet.
And that gives us a score of 27.7.
27.7. Listen, if we can all say that we're friends and we all love each other, we can not tell Adam that I forgot to unmute myself. Not tell him that.
I would never betray your trust like that, Liz. I'll just leave it for the replay afterwards, and then I watch it. Which of course you will.
All right, listen, we're keeping this thing moving. What we got coming up next, of course, is Wednesday, and I already see the man on the screen. Y'all put your hands together right now for the one and only Breeze.
Breeze life the poet.
And he is an individual poet.
He's on the right of me.
Oh,
Damn, YouTube done fell behind.
Huh?
So YouTube done fell behind as live broadcast?
he's an African.
Hello?
Hey, you wanna
My son Kamari loves hard and rage. His love heals all, conquers anything. My son, he loves, just like his dad. True story. One day at his mother's house, he sits on my lap, fast playfully shoves him, hops forward, and takes towards love. He loves him back just like he loves. We're running so freely towards love.
Yes, you will.
Watch you go.
Ain't none of that shit.
Smack. Impact and separation. There's no innocence. You can look at his face melting like that. The nuclear weapon. You can tell he was too busy loving to know that there was a war going on. Now I am forced to flee from the enchantment of my son's food. Be reminded of all the times when I actually thought it was love in the air. How the explosion hit me. I was trapped of a broken heart can rip through everything about you. And I remember how I loved Winnie. How I loved Shanetta out the release of the chokehold of her past choices. How she seemed so grateful to have fresh love fill her lungs. It was too late before I noticed that she had decided to be hanging around with her old uses. As if the inhale of me just wasn't enough. I remember it all. How I loved anyway. Like when Tanisha told me that guy was her aunt's boy and not hers. And when my ex-wife handed me the phone so I could have a conversation with the guy I was sharing my orgasms with. I remember it all. And I loved anyway. And I just did. Hey, what am I supposed to teach my son about love? I can't tell him that it conquers all. When the only thing is constantly defeated is me. I can't tell him that it heals all when it's the open wound of my heart just keeps rolling. And all the roads filthy hands can't save him from all the homicidal hands that just end up smacking the life of his ability to love. And probably all I can do is tell my son to love anyone. like his dad. Because you can see through all of the shots I've been, shots to the heart, I'm something like a still here, son. Loving hard, and I ain't dead yet. Love anyway. I guess never done anything wrong. Because you will never be wrong. Loving people who do not deserve it. You will more than likely in your life love people who do not deserve your love. But you will never be wrong. Loving people who do not deserve it. You will only be wrong to stop loving. When you
Didn't he just mess up?
so deserving of love. Tell my son of love.
I think he just messed up.
Anyway, you be a son. You be a purple-hearted kind of heart that leaves no love lost or left behind because you are not fighting for love, but you are only fighting against it. And I simply refuse to raise you to become somebody else's. All right, judges. You are working it out. I see you working hard, diligently thinking it over, and then I'll say, judges, what say you? And I need to see your scores inside the chat. Now, there's one score. There's the second. There's the third. Round the fourth. And got a good score. From lowest to high, I do see a 9. There's another 9. There's a 9.5, another 9.5, and a 9.6 for the poet.
And that gives us an even score of 28.
Even score of 28. Give it up for the poet, please, for Breeze. And rounding us all out, bringing us on home, we have Lyrically Inclined, who are descending up. Oh, we got Alex, Poetic Soul, from Lyrically Inclined. Y'all put our hands together, make all the noises. Yes, let's go.
Can you hear me? Great. They call me La Madrina, the Black Widow. Say, I buy this bitch in the night. I tell them I'm not a bitch. I'm a lion, La Leona. People cower at the sound of my voice, make everything my way. Say, I'm godmother of cocaine. Me, Griselda Blanc, La Reina Colombiana. I say I entrepreneur, businesswoman. If it weren't for me, Pablo never would have made enough money to build those houses. But they call us cleaning. Well, maybe I did have a few bodies dangling in my well. They mato for another, but I ain't no monster. Since I left my mother's womb, God made me a fighter, una guerrera. 11 years old, he held me down. He stroked my head. Mama tell me pretend I like. I know one's people. So I left my innocence in the bullet I put through his back. Where was my policia when he taught my soul to capture innocent life? But they called me a monster. Why did anyone come to save me when I had nothing? Una niña. No one came to save me. Only God kept me. Solo Dios me protege. El que reza y peca y basta. He who sins for praise breaks evil. I learned those streets with my head. I make gospel stories, even FBI no tell it. There is nothing impossible for me. And at least I raised my boys to be men. Tell me I'm horrible mother. I gave my children the life you dream of. The only way I knew to raise my sons, I did. I taught them to be men, strong. I taught them to love each other, keep each other in prayer, in spirit, in love. Mis amores, maybe we're not perfect like you, but we stand up for each other, for what is right, for la familia. I am proud of my sons and I love them. More than my parents could ever have loved me. Yo que ser the Blanco. I'm no monster. I'm a survivor, a child de Dios, a warrior. I overcame. Yeah, I don't really fuck what you think. I am Griselda Blanco. Thank you.
All right, judges, your final scoring. You've been experts all day.
Okay.
Judges, what say
An 8.
you?
A 9.2.
Score.
An 8.6.
Two score.
An 8.5. Man, fuck y'all.
And I think I got them all.
Y'all bitches don't know what to tell us.
So from lowest to high, there is an 8. There's an 8.2, an 8.5, an 8.6, and a 9.2. Yeah, 9.2 for the book. Give it up for the book. Yes. And give it up for all the points you heard here tonight. You had an amazing, just an amazing crowd of time. And of course, you had the same, thank you all the poets here. I had a whole thing set up. I had a whole complete, fucking thing, right? And then it just failed. So, shout out to everybody who's been a part of the judging thing. Thank you to the judges. Thank you to our amazing team, timekeeper, scorekeeper, everyone who's been here, who helped make all this possible. And great job to everybody. And of course, all the filmmakers out there. As we're going to go through some tabulations.
The last poet score
Yes.
25.3.
25.3 for the poet. Give it up for the poet. Yes! 25.3 for the poet. Thank you, poet. Poets. Oh, there's I had a whole thing where there was noises, people cheering. The crowd can all go home now. It's too late. Yo, I had an amazing time. I think what we're going to do is figure out who our first, second, and third place winners are, and of course we'll figure out of our indies who came in with the top score there. But I hope you all have had an amazing time. And we've had a really smooth bout, I would say. Listen, y'all don't know home. So with that being said, I think we know who won. I don't have the exact tabulations. Coming in third place with what was their total score, Paulo? I just knew you were in the mix right there.
Are you asking team or English?
King.
Okay, so third place with a score of 100.6.
Lyrically inclined. Give it up for lyrically inclined. Second place, we had.
With a score of 112.4.
Writers did. And of course, in first place with a score of
114.8.
we had Duke. Give it up for all of these amazing teams, all of these amazing poets. They did a really great job. And of course, with a 26.8 goes out of the Indies, Justin Blackburn, and with a 28.6, we had Mr. Ed Mabry. So those were your Indie score. We had a great time, right? I had a great time. All of them had a great time. Listen, shout out to, of course, our sacrifice game strategy. This whole mood out, right? Thank you, judges, for hanging out for these 2 hours. Thank you to our belt manager, Siren, Tech, Lauren, Scarf, Jordan, April, everybody who made this thing possible. No shout out for having him.
All the annoyance with myself and my judges.
To you, my good friend. Thank you so much for listening. What wonderful about Snack Spots and all the love so that way we can verify our scores.
To put all that emotion into get out of my class.
Or you can also check us out at certifiedpoetryslam.com. And then, of course, 11 o'clock tonight, as previously posted, was our Nerd Slam hosted by J. Phelps. Back to you, Liz.
Thank you so much. As I was saying, you should stick around on YouTube to see the Slam Masters. We are going to need your verbal confirmation.
To be fair, I was talking about mixing stuff.
That's what I'm saying. Give yourself on camera. You say yes if you prefer scores. Simon will get the exact scores, and you will just say yes, I agree, and that will be
Next year, that's all of us doing next year. Whatever city we go in next year, that's all we do in Louisville. We just gonna do some fucking black stuff on the cards like everybody else.
This might have phone call. I'm black. I'm suffering.
I'm glad.
I'm black. I'm suffering. There's nothing else I can write about. It's not being black. It's suffering. Like black people.